Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, I have got a whole bunch of firewood, and I'm out of firewood storage. And I'm going to take you through and show you, how to set up basically the easiest way to store firewood. Welcome to Man Time. Well, there's really no, right or wrong way to store your firewood. Well, I guess the right way is off the ground, dry, sunny area where air can kind of move through it. And when I started setting up and looking for ways to store firewood, I actually found some firewood racks, available in the area for $100+, welded steel pipe. They use a lot of drill pipe or drill rod around here for stuff, right? Because it's cheap and available, and used oil field pipe is basically free. You can, if you have a hookup, you can get it for free, and then a welder just has to clean up the edges, weld this little pipe firewood storage rack together, and he's making money just off of his time, so that's nice. I don't have any of that, and I really don't have the time either. But looking at firewood ads, the thing that a lot of people do with firewood businesses is they have something underneath the firewood, and then they just set up T-posts and then run the firewood in between the T-posts and have just rows and rows and rows of it, There's also the IBC totes, although the nearest IBC totes to me are going to be an hour and a half away or somewhere thereabouts, and those run about 60 to 80 bucks. So what I'm going to do is use that T-post method. I've got to set up another rack because I'm out of storage. Let me just show you here. Yeah, so here's the racks on the side of the house here, and these are just under 20 foot long. I think they're about 19 or so. I've got some 20-inch pieces of PVC. I initially tried this with just using some leftover building materials. I ended up trying to use some gutter to keep it off the ground. But I ended up going in one of the outbuildings out here and finding some 20-inch, I think it was 1.5 inch PVC. So I've got a couple strands of 20-foot pieces of PVC underneath of their 1.5 inch. And then just set up the T-posts, I think about 15 inches apart. All of my firewood is going to range from 18 to 20 inches, so they all fit in between there. So I've got 2 T-posts on each end. But you can see here, this side of the house is completely filled up. I'm also planning on having AC units out here, a split system. So I'll have 2 3-ton units setting right here in between the two and feeding either side of the barn door there with AC. Now on the back side, I've got another one of these. Again, most of my firewood is 20 inches, so it's 20 foot by 5 foot by 20 inch. So 20 by 5 by, let's just call it 20 inches. In one of these racks, I'm getting about 180 cubic feet, which is about 1.5 cords. So this is about 3 cords sitting around along the house here. Also got 6 IBC totes filled up. Plus just random kind of stacks along the front porch. Now I am going to have to build on the front porch some sort of rack freestanding for storage, right outside the front door. But I need to build another one. So we're going to do that today after I get this bucket loaded up with wood. Alright, well here is the next location for the firewood storage. And yeah, the nice thing about the T-posts, they're available at any box store or, your local hardware store. Same thing with the PVC here. Fortunately, I just had it for free laying on the property, but you could grab anything, even to include a sacrificial type of firewood. If you wanted to, you could go grab, just like for instance here we have sweet gum trees that just, you know, basically shoot up and grow within 6 months or something. You could grab one of those, you know, that's like 3-4 inches around, grab a couple of them, set them on the ground. Those are going to get chewed up by nature, but it keeps the firewood off the ground. And when you empty the rack, you just clear it out, grab a couple of new ones, and go to town there if you're looking for, you know, the free option. So I'm just gonna measure kind of what I did here. Yeah, we look to be about 16 inches off of the exterior, so we'll just kind of go with that same type of deal. We'll go 16 inches, and let's see, in this case we're right in the middle, basically right in, let's see, where did I put it? I put it off to that side, so we're fine here. I've got underground plumbing, septic, coming off of this side of the building, but it's going to be right about here. So one of the nice things about, you know, building the building yourself and doing the plumbing and doing everything, you know exactly where all the utilities and plumbing and stuff like that is. But we're going to drop a post here, and then we're going to drop another one, let's see here, right about here. And yeah, it's just that simple. Grab a couple of these posts. I found these at the local, let's see, where did I get these? Lowe's. But they've got a newer version that's not the steel kind. These are the steel ones. You can tell typically just from the white on the top of their barbed, and they're actually like heavy, right? They started selling some now that are just a stamped piece of sheet metal. And they're garbage, and they're almost the same price as these. I think they're like phasing these out and trying to trick consumers into buying one that, you know, costs a third of the price, that isn't as near of a heavy-duty type of material. Okay, so then let's see. We want to get our PVC inside here. Okay, and then we'll come down here just to the end of the PVC and get this other side set up. I've got those two with the PVC sticking out about 6 inches. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Come off of the... That gives me a little bit of room behind there where I can spray for bugs and weeds. You don't want the weeds and stuff growing up, you know, right behind. And then I'm just using the PVC here as my length, right? Have it sticking out just a few inches. And then sort of hammering them down. There we go. Just that simple. Easy. Let's make some firewood. Well, some of you folks might be wondering, like, why aren't you doing more, you know, with the barn dominium? First thing I need to do is get myself in shape. The next thing I need to do is have the thing spray foamed. I did get a lead on a person that's doing spray foam insulation. I need to check and call him and get a quote, but a contractor, electrician, you know, that works in the business said he knows a couple good ones. So he gave me a couple contacts. I'm going to call them, get a couple quotes, and get that going. And then beyond that, I need to get a metal package to do the mezzanine or the roof of the living space inside of there. But before I do all that, I need to get myself in shape and also not spend money, save up money so I can do all that stuff, right? So I have found a free activity which could actually bring me some money. If I wanted to, I could go back to selling firewood, but like I said, this place is going to have 3 wood stoves and in the wintertime, I primarily just want to heat with wood, and that'd be my basically only electric bill is going to be, you know, lights and dishwasher and fridge and welder, stuff like that. High hopes and the best intentions. I guess as safe as you try to be, there's always going to be something. So in this case, I was trying to put this massive round up here on the splitter. And in the process, another round came off and hit me right in the side of the leg. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's definitely not good. Having trouble putting weight on it. And at least I don't feel my boot filling up with blood, and it's not, but yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a bruise there. Ouch. Yeah, the other one that fell off was also very heavy, and luckily enough the bucket was a little bit lower where it didn't, you know, break my ankle. Quite honestly, it could have. I guess that just goes to show you, you know, as careful as you try to be, there's always hazards, you know, especially when you're lifting 100+ pound rounds like this. I mean, just that quick, you know, you can break an ankle, throw out your back, you know, a number of different hazards here in Firewood. And I wear Metagard shoes. I try to be as efficient with my movements as possible here. I mean, the bucket, you know, is right there at waist level, so I'm picking up and setting down at waist level with just a single step or a twist to be able to work as far throughout the day as I can. Luckily, I started early this morning. It's still getting into the high 80s, low 90s here in October, but man, I would much rather be working in this than in the cold. If that happened and it was like 40 degrees or 30 degrees or colder, I'd be real stove up right now. I can walk on it. The bone isn't broken, so yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for today on Man Time. Get out there, have you some man time too.